You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. Local elected officials are concerned how the governor's new order will affect local businesses. WYLN's Phil Kaufman has more.
Here in downtown Hazleton and throughout the greater Hazleton area, bars and restaurants must now follow a new order put in place limiting capacity to a new 25% maximum. We spoke with several local officials as to their thoughts on the order.
We've been inundated with calls, business owners, bar owners. They have to make a split-second change in the way that they're operating their business, which makes it extremely difficult for them. Businesses, in order to thrive, need to have stability and guidance, and giving no notice at all, not having any input in what the governor's doing has been very upsetting to these business owners.
The order took effect yesterday and will continue for the foreseeable future.
If you really follow what Luzerne County is doing, and State Rep Tara Hill's office does a good job every day of updating, we have been holding our own here. In the beginning, Hazleton was a hotspot, and myself, along with other fellow council members, we stepped up to the plate. Not only did we get the message out there in English, but we also got the message out there with a bilingual translator. It was important for people to know that we're standing behind it as a community of one. I feel it has run its course through Humboldt, through Valmont, through all these huge work settings. People have done their due diligence. We have been washing our hands. We have been social distancing, and Hazleton is on an uprise in a good way, not in the COVID way.
In continuation with the 25% capacity restriction, all bars are prohibited from conducting operations unless they offer sit-down or dine-in meals, and alcohol can only be served for on-premise consumption.
Basically, with the 25% reduction, if you have a business that's doing $10,000 a week and they cut you down to 25%, you've now gone to $2,500. You're not keeping your lights on, you're not paying your food bills. Where are you going with $2,500? He has literally taken the heartbeat and the lifeline of small businesses and cut our ankles out from underneath us. And the frustrating part is, if these regulations were put in and say, okay, effective Monday, July, whatever, we will be moving forward. It's effective tonight at midnight. Okay, food is bought for the week. Shifts are scheduled for the week. People are coming off of unemployment, so it screws up people being able to take care of themselves and their families. And unfortunately, it is a misguided representation of what Pennsylvania's heartbeat actually is.
Indoor events and gatherings of 25 or more are prohibited, as well as outdoor events of more than 250.
We've contacted the governor's office, and we're hoping to get more guidance, and that he's going to let us know, like, if he's going to turn us red again and close everything down, we need to have more communication and more input, because there's things that businesses are already doing to ensure safety, and they're going above and beyond. And if the governor saw that, I don't think he would have done the order the way that he did.
Reporting in downtown Hazleton with WYLN News, I'm Philip Kaufman.
Thanks, Phil. And speaking of the governor, Governor Tom Wolf announced the availability of $50 million grant dollars in hazard pay for life-sustaining job employees during the pandemic. The hazard pay is intended to keep frontline workers in vital industry sectors do just that across the Commonwealth.
These Pennsylvanians deserve to be paid for the risks that they're taking for all of us. That's really important. The General Assembly and I have taken $50 million from CARES Act funding, and we're directing that to provide hazard pay to the folks who do the things that we need them to do to keep us all alive.
The grant's available to employers offering hazard pay during the eligible program period and will be administered by the Department of Community and Economic Development. Hazard pay grant funds can help pay eligible direct, full-time, and part-time employees earning less than $20 an hour. That includes businesses, healthcare, nonprofits, public transportation agencies, and certified economic development organizations.
More importantly, it's going to serve as a thank you from the people of Pennsylvania, 13 million Pennsylvanians, from all of us to those who worked on the front lines, who took these risks and who we sometimes, I think, took for granted throughout this pandemic. These Pennsylvanians have kept our economy going, and they've kept food on our tables, and they've kept us safe. And they deserve our gratitude. And the hope is that this $50 million will be a partial show of that gratitude.
Eligible applicants can apply for the grant online by visiting esa.dced.state.pa.us before July 31st. The Pennsylvania Department of Health and Secretary of Education this week announced updated guidelines to help schools reopen in the fall. Recommendations include masks being worn by students and staff at both school and on the bus. Daily symptom checks should be done before leaving for the day by students and caregivers. Students and staff are encouraged to social distance throughout the day with 6 feet of separation between desks and other seating areas. Class times should be staggered as well, and schools should consider serving meals in classrooms. As for Luzerne County's reopening plans, Hazleton, Crestwood, and Wilkes-Barre area school districts have not made them available just yet. The law caught up with a Hazleton man that allegedly stole nearly $48,000 worth of products from a former employer. An asset protection employee at the Amazon Fulfillment Center in Hazel Township reported $47,653 worth of electronics were stolen from the center in May of 2018. 27-year-old Frederick Sanchez Bellin and another man were captured on video surveillance, tossing packages filled with electronics over a fence in an adjacent field. Sanchez Bellin was charged with theft by unlawful taking and released on $25,000 unsecured bail. A drug deal in the city of Hazleton led to a police chase and arrest after the suspect ended up in Carbon County. The Hazleton City Police Department's Narcotics Division observed 33-year-old Zachary D'Angelo of Hazel Township involved in a drug deal Thursday. When police tried to conduct a traffic stop on him, he fled the city, leading police into Weatherly, where he finally pulled over. Police also discovered D'Angelo was wanted on 2 separate parole violations. He was charged with flight to avoid apprehension, fleeing and attempting to elude police, and several summary traffic offenses. He's currently sitting behind bars at Luzerne County Prison. Plymouth police charged a man with impersonating a police officer and theft by deception. According to reports, 26-year-old Zachary Kaiser told employees at the Family Dollar store on West Main Street that he was a police detective, claiming to have helped recover the bodies of the 2 teens that recently drowned in the Susquehanna River. Kaiser then convinced an employee to purchase a gift to be donated to the victim's family. Another employee became suspicious and found out that Kaiser recently applied for a job at the store, but denied that job because his name popped up on the sex offenders list. He was charged and taken to prison, bail denied. A review board proposed by a Wilkes-Barre City Councilwoman was voted down at last night's meeting. Beth Gilbert McBride proposed to create the Citizen Police Review Board that consists of 9 people appointed by local civic groups. The board's job would have been to investigate allegations of police misconduct and make recommendations to city administration. Council Chairman Bill Barrett, along with council members Mike Belusco and John Marconi, supported Mayor George Brown's advisory committee over the proposed review board. Gilbert McBride stated this isn't the last time the ordinance will appear, and that she and members of the community plan to move forward to prove that it can be done. Coming up on WYLN News, more on the Move Over law. Plus, unemployment seems to be down from last month. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Today, and a few on today, gonna sunny out.
Hey everyone, I have a secret for you today. You know, butterflies cannot see the beautiful colors in their wings and how amazing they are, but we can. Just as you might not be able to see your inner beauty and how amazing you are, just know that what you can't see, others can. So please, folks, love yourself and treat yourself with honor and respect. And look for the beauty in others because it is there. And share that with them. Share with them what you see. Let's make the world a better place. I hope you enjoyed this Feel Good Friday, and I'll see you next time.
From the bottom of our hearts, the WYLN TV 35 family would like to say thank you to all essential workers for your service to our community and for keeping us safe.
Pennsylvania State Police want motorists aware of a law that was enacted to keep emergency responders safe. Our Julie Stefanovich has the details.
Always remember to keep your eye on the road and watch out for emergency situations. Accidents in disabled vehicles are a part of everyday travel. Pennsylvania State Police Troop N will be partnering with 5 other state police agencies to watch out for violators of the Move Over law.
We're going to have an initiative coming up that's going to be called the 6th State Trooper Initiative. And what we're going to focus on is the Move Over law. Now, people know it as the Move Over law, the Steer Clear law, but really it's all about keeping emergency responders safe.
For those unfamiliar, Trooper Petrosky explains just what the law entails.
If you're driving on the highway or a road and you see a police officer, a state trooper have somebody pulled over and you're approaching them, you need to move over to the adjacent lane, or if you can't move over into the adjacent lane, you need to slow down and move over within your lane. A lot of times people see us on the side of the road and their eyes start to look right at us and they start to drift, and unfortunately police officers are struck by vehicles during traffic stops. We want to be safe out there. We want motorists to be safe out there. So it's now a law, and you have to move over when you see an emergency responder.
There have been incidents involving emergency vehicles locally in recent months.
Over the past month in Troop N alone, 2 patrol vehicles were struck while they were out investigating a crash and a disabled motor vehicle. One was on the highway not too far from here on Interstate 81. Luckily, the troopers were not injured, but the patrol vehicle was totaled. So again, we want people to move over, slow down, move over, and go through the area safely. Don't worry so much about what we're doing. Keep your eyes on the road and get where you're going safely.
It's also never a good idea to try and take pictures or video of an accident while driving.
We don't really want people focusing, using their phones and focusing on what's going on the side of the road, because then they're taking their eyes off of the road. And a car in front of them might be slowing down to stop and help, and next thing you know, there's another crash that we have to worry about. So if you're gonna pull over, then pull over and help the people out. Rather than taking a picture of the crash, call 911 or pull over and see if they're okay.
The multi-state law enforcement partnership consists of Pennsylvania, Michigan, Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia, and Indiana state police. While the initiative runs from Sunday, July 19th through Saturday, July 25th, the Move Over law is enforced year-round. Anyone who gets pulled over for the violation could face a fine of up to $250 for the first offense. So remember, move on over, slow down, and keep everyone around you safe and sound. In Hazel Township for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thank you, Julie. The 96th annual Solemn Novena to St. Anne began today and will run until the 26th. Luckily, the governor's latest orders don't apply to religious institutions, but indoor seating at St. Anne's will be restricted to 13% occupancy, meaning that only 130 will be allowed inside, and volunteers will sanitize the church after every service. The basilica has 2 large lots for the faithful to listen from their cars via outdoor loudspeakers or by tuning into 90.1 FM. Socially distanced seating will also be available on outdoor benches, and services will be broadcast online and on television. However, the novena has several notable cancellations in light of the pandemic, which can be found on their website. Unemployment seems to be down on the Pennsylvania Department of Labor and Industries report for June this year. The state's unemployment rate was down 0.4 of a percentage point over the month to 13% in June. The national rate fell 2.2 percentage points from May's level to 11.1%. The Commonwealth's unemployment rate increased by 8.7 percentage points compared to June of last year, while the national rate was up 7.4 points. You can visit dli.pa.gov for additional information. Another bank scam to keep your eyes peeled for. Multiple reports were received from customers getting phone calls from FNCB employees working remotely in Georgia, asking for their credit card info. FNC Bank does not call its customers for credit card information, so you're being spoofed. If you receive a similar call, hang up immediately. The calls show up as FNCB on caller ID from the area code 678, but the fraudsters can call from multiple phone numbers. If you've become a victim, be sure to visit FNCB's Security Center for more information. Coming up on Raven Run's News Choice, your week in review, plus your Luzerne County SPCA Furry Friends of the Week. Stay with us.
It's okay that everybody ignores me when I drive. It's fine, because I get a safe driving bonus check every 6 months I'm accident-free. Because I don't use my cell phone when I'm driving, even though my family does and leaves me all alone. Here's something else. I don't share it with Mom. Right, Mom? I have a brand new putter you don't even know about. It's awesome.
Safe driving bonus checks only from Allstate. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square. SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialist, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet trap and sporting clay fields are professionally designed and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-455-4251 extension 1378 for more information.
Looking for information on the coronavirus pandemic? Make sure it's from a reliable source. Go to WYLNTV.com and click on the Lehigh Valley Health Network banner for the real facts about the coronavirus pandemic. And watch WYLN News live at 5:30 for updates on this ongoing crisis. The source matters now more than ever. WYLN, we're your local network.
Monday. The 3 people responsible for stealing flags last week in the Hanover Township area are now facing charges. 18-year-old Andrew Gushok, along with 2 unidentified juvenile males, are accused of removing the American flag from the front of Hanover Area High School July 8th. According to police, the trio continued to steal flags throughout the night from homes in the Corncrest and Hanover Green sections of the township. They also allegedly stole 2 flags from the front of the Hanover Township Fire Department. All 3 face institutionalized vandalism and theft charges. Police recovered all the stolen flags and asked that anyone who may have had one stolen the night of July 8th to call their department at 570-825-1254. Tuesday. Governor Tom Wolf signed 2 bills Tuesday as part of his comprehensive police reform executive actions. House Bill 1841 requires a thorough background check for law enforcement applicants prior to employment, and requires a law enforcement agency to disclose employment information. House Bill 1910 requires mental health evaluations of law enforcement officers as a condition of continued employment. It also requires training for police officers on use of deadly force, de-escalation techniques, and cultural awareness. Pennsylvania became one of the only states nationwide to make changes to their laws in the aftermath of George Floyd's death at the hands of Minneapolis police back in May. Wednesday. Governor Tom Wolf and the Secretary of Health signed new orders Wednesday in response to the recent increase in COVID-19 cases. Now, under the orders, bars and restaurants are reduced to a 25% capacity for indoor dining. All bars are prohibited from conducting operations unless they offer sit-down or dine-in meals, and alcohol can only be served for on-premises consumption. All nightclubs are prohibited from conducting operations. Indoor events and gatherings of 25 or more are prohibited, as well as outdoor events of more than 250. Unlike the yellow phase of reopening, gyms are permitted to continue indoor operations, but must follow mask requirements and practice social distancing. Teleworking from home is still strongly being encouraged. The new orders took effect Thursday, July 16th at 12:01 a.m. Thursday. Emergency response crews and medevac helicopters were called to the scene of an accident on Route 93 Thursday morning in Packer Township. A man and woman driving a Toyota RAV4 collided with a military transport vehicle on Route 93 at the intersection of Brankman Drive and Quakeake Road just before 11 Thursday morning. Now, according to firefighters, the driver of the military vehicle walked away uninjured. However, the pair driving the Toyota had to be extricated from the vehicle and flown to a hospital for treatment of their injuries, which are unknown at this point in time. State police at Hazleton continue to investigate the cause of Thursday morning's collision in Packer Township. Friday. Governor Tom Wolf announced the availability of $50 million grant dollars in hazard pay for life-sustaining job employees during the pandemic. The hazard pay is intended to keep frontline workers in vital industry sectors do just that across the Commonwealth. The grant's available to employers offering hazard pay during the eligible program period and will be administered by the Department of Community and Economic Development. Hazard pay grant funds can help pay eligible direct, full-time, and part-time employees earning less than $20 an hour. That includes businesses, healthcare nonprofits, public transportation agencies, and certified economic development organizations. Eligible applicants can apply for the grant online by visiting esa.dced.state.pa.us before July 31st. That's it for your week in review here on WYLN News.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Hi, I had a very minor fender bender tonight in an unreasonably narrow fast food drive-through lane. Don't worry, I have everything handled. I already spoke to our Allstate agent, and I know that we have accident forgiveness, which is so smart on your guys' part. Like the fact that they'll
4 weeks without the car.
Okay, yep, good night.
With accident forgiveness, your rates won't go up just because of an accident. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilus Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in the Hometown Village Square.
Did you know that WYLN News provides news updates every weekday afternoon
At 1, 3, and 5 here on TV and on social media?
Did you also know you can watch WYLN News on the go by visiting our website or YouTube page?
Now more than ever,
WYLN is your local news leader.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about visiting a restaurant that has a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we'll be featuring on our show. Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. Jeff Bonomo and his co-host, Alan Giannetti, welcome you into the world of craft beer, great wine, and good food. Wine, Hops, and Road Stops.
Schuylkill County seems to be a hot spot for big winning lottery tickets. A winning Powerball ticket was sold for the Wednesday, July 15th drawing in Frackville at the Unity Food Mart earning the store a $500 bonus. According to the Pennsylvania Lottery, the ticket matched 4 of the 5 white balls drawn, 27, 47, 61, 62, and 69, and the red Powerball 4, to win $500,000, less applicable withholding. Without the dollar power play option, the ticket would have only been worth $50,000. Luckily for the mystery winner, the power play multiplier drawn was 10. If you've been thinking about adopting a pet, well, there's no time like the present. There's pets of all breeds, shapes, and sizes available at the Luzerne County SPCA. The shelter's got more furry friends this week for you to check out. Meet Otto, a juvenile male tabby cat with the face of an angel that's bound to melt your heart. And next up, there's Phoebe. This little lionhead guinea pig would make a great addition to your family. She's spayed and ready to find her new forever home. The shelter's still adopting out new best friends amid the pandemic, so be sure to contact Luzerne County SPCA at 570-825-4111. That's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page or WYLNTV.com, where you can also find LVHN's real facts about COVID-19. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond